What If It's Cool is proudly brought to you by Respo Clothing. Feel like a champion by wearing the merch from all the stars, including Luke Resner, B Squared, Savannah Rowe, John Stop Action, Nova Nichols, The Cooters, and my personal favourite, Conflict Axiom. So feel like a champion by checking out Respo Clothing. They can be found on Facebook and on Instagram. In the mood for some wrestling? Make sure to check out the Melbourne Wrestling Show every Thursday at 10 PM on Channel 31. Need a custom entrance video, graphic, or hyperreel made? Make sure to check out Goated Wrestling Media on Instagram so you too can be the greatest of all time. Want your best dance moves or sporting event captured on film? Make sure to check out Have a Nice Day Productions, where every day is a nice day. Need some promo shots or your event filmed and edited? Or make sure to check out Adrian Casco Media for all your media needs. Want to stand out from the crowd with an amazing photo shoot? Well, make sure to check out Jamster Photography so you too can stand out from the crowd. I'm going to try and be as calm as possible in this one because this guy cheated and stole one of our championships, but also he's stolen my heart. So hello and welcome to another episode of What If It's Cool, the show where we talk about anything and everything that is cool in the world today. I'm very pissed off, but also am falling in love, Daniel Porcro, and with me is not only the cheater is in question, but not just your king, not just my king, but everyone's favorite short king, Mitch Lightning. How are you, bud?
Oh, Zap. Thanks for having me, DPC.
It's all right, man. I want to just get off the bat that although that's obviously a joke. How I started this, man. I am so fucking proud
Mm.
of you finally getting a championship because as we're going to get through into the story, I know a lot about Mitch because we've known each other for almost 2 years, and I'm going to be flat out honest. When I remember the first time I saw your name, which was Mitch from Slam. I thought, what the fuck? Saw you as well. And the two things that I saw you in, you were squashed. And I thought, what the fuck are they doing? You're like, they can't do this to a kid like this. And then finally, I met you at Alpha. Fucking didn't recognize you, and I do apologize because you look very, very different to what you look like on, social media. And when you told me everything, I was like, oh fuck, I remember seeing you. And I stupidly said, yeah, you got squashed, and do apologize about that. Because it's never fun to meet somebody and then all of a sudden they mentioned how you lost and it was like a really bad in a bad way. But also you mentioned your new name, Mitch Lightning. I think okay, and then you went through it with all me, and I'm like thinking on paper, like this sounds very silly. The moment I saw it into action, where we filmed something, I can't remember what we were filming. We were at Pipe Mercs. We filmed something, and the moment you said zap and you had the little lightning bolt with you, I went fuck. I get this character. I love this character. What can I do with this character in the future? And I'm fucking so glad that things are now becoming so prosperous for you. Like if there's somebody who deserves everything that they've just recently deserved, especially with the championship, it's you, man. And I fucking am so proud of you. I just wanted you to know that.
Well, thank you very much. Even having like the belt, the first thing was like, what do I do now that I got a belt? So I did like crazy things. The day after, I went to Warburton National, the waterfall there.
Mm.
Then went to Phillip Island, bought the belt over there. I'm just carrying the belt sometimes. I'm like, man, I've got a wrestling belt. And I don't need to hide it anymore. I can just walk around with it.
Mm. Well, if you ever win a belt, and this is for our viewers who have never been a champion yet, I think take advantage of it because some people don't get a championship for a few years. Case in point, Jason Crush, he only became a champion. Was it last year or the year before? Maybe the year before. No, it was last year. He finally won the APW Heavyweight Championship. Right, been in the game for over 10 years. You know yourself. You've been in the game for what, 4, 5 years?
Yeah, 2021.
Oh,
That's where I started, but that was during like that COVID time.
yeah.
It was very stop start, but I did like a little bit at PCW like 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
But in a way, that was also I was working a tough job and wrestling didn't interest me for the amount that I had to give at that
Mm,
time of my life.
yeah. Well, if take advantage of everything you can, because like not that I'm foreshadowing or anything, touch wood, but if that hypothetically that's your only championship you ever get in your career, you want to milk it for all it's worth. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's going to be a shitload more. Like I'm not going to say that this is your only championship you'll ever get because I fucking believe that you will have more. Um, but like for a lot of people, sometimes it's just they don't want to have that sort of pressure, or they feel like they don't need it, And I think just milk it for all it's worth when you can. Now, Mitch, you have obviously we've obviously said gone through a little bit with this last remarks, but firstly, how did you discover wrestling as a whole? Not getting into the industry or the local wrestling here in Australia, but how did you discover wrestling?
My first memory of wrestling was back when I was like 6, and that was watching the all important mankind getting thrown off the cage. I remember it thusly because I was sent home from school sick, and the only thing my dad was watching in the lounge room was that I think it was probably from a highlight reel
Yeah,
because that was around like 2001, so it
mm,
wouldn't have been from like a highlight reel I was watching. So that
yeah.
was like my first ever introduction, and my first thought was, "Oh, that guy died." Isn't that crazy? And my dad was into it a bit, and we went to Global Warming 2002. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Mm.
That was it, like the Rod Laver. But my family's a very one into we can't watch the main event because everyone will be leaving at the same time. So I watched every match. I remember I hated Chris Jericho,
Mm.
but we never really we saw the entrances, but we never like saw the whole show of it.
Oh, that sucks, man. But obviously you bought the DVD or you watched it when we still had the WWE network.
Hmm.
I envy you because I couldn't actually go to that show because unfortunately, times were tough back then. Still are, but yeah, we couldn't afford to get it. 'Cause I think tickets were back then were like, it was like $120, which is like the equivalent now of like 350.
Also
Um,
know is that my dad was like, we're going to the library, and I'm like, yay. And we went past the library, and I'm like, is that one?
hmm.
He goes, no, we're going to the wrestling. And then after the wrestling, I'm like, are we there now going to the library?
What was the notice about the library? You just love books, or you just like, nah?
No, I just thought we'd go to the library. It was always on my mind.
Fair enough. Well, how did you discover local wrestling, man?
In a way, I was kind of very lucky because PCW, which has like been around the same area for like a decade,
Hmm.
was right is right next to my house. So
Your
it was
kid, yeah. You
yeah.
mean, you mean to tell me that you could have just come over to my place, which is like literally 10 minutes away from there? We could have just done this in person.
Oh, well, I didn't know that.
Fuck! I knew we lived close, but I didn't realize we were that fucking close. I could have just gone over to your place. Oh shit! Oh god! But yeah, no. So it's not that far from your place.
Nah, so it's guess in a way it's why I always was around a lot
Hmm.
because even in shows I wasn't on, I just like walk over.
Hmm.
Even on like sometimes like I even go to the pub, have a beer, then go over just to watch if I'm not on.
Hmm.
So it's very like a consistent going over there, and obviously new crowds. But some of the ones that I started with, some of the guys like Orion, Bush Kelly, and the Marauders, they
Hmm.
all started around the same time. And even Orion said like when he won like a ladder match last year at Destiny, he's like, "Yeah, I remember like that moment where we all kind of first started." I'm like, "Yeah, man." He was a bit in tears, and I was like, "Yeah,
Hmm.
I didn't cry."
Yeah. But like, how? So did you? So were you aware that it was there, or did you see a flyer or something?
I went to, I think, a Pancakes and Poles drivers match. That was when they used to do uh, shows at like 10 a.m.
On Cup Day from memory, I can't remember because I did go to a couple of those, but I can't remember what day they did that on though.
I just remember the Sammy Falcon was on there.
Yeah, that would have been.
Um,
Oh, that would have been. Oh, I could be wrong with my dates. It could have been 2017. Is that the one where the promo was he that Socks got it like stomped on his hand for that
I
one?
don't remember that. I know that Socks was the character at that time. I don't remember that promo.
Sorry, Carl. I called you by your old one, but that was your gimmick at the time. He's probably gonna kill me. Sorry. No, yeah, no, but that those were always fun. But again, like, so were you invited by somebody or you just heard about it?
No, I just like heard about it because
Okay.
there's a few things around there. It's like a Muay Thai um, company as well.
Hmm.
So near there's a few different things. So like the French Galliera, there's a bit more to try out. Got a bit of boxing, Muay Thai, kickboxing,
Mixed
all
martial
that.
arts, all different. There's all different
Yeah.
kinds of places there. Like I was doing mixed martial arts over there years ago.
Mm.
Because I think, oh my God, I nearly called him my shoot name. I was going to get myself in trouble because I think is it gym is well former gym near there as well from memory, or am I wrong?
I have no clue.
Yeah, because I remember hearing like seeing so many people were going to that gym. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I don't want to go to the gym and get my get buffed or anything because I was just flat out fucking lazy. But um, yeah, like I heard so many wrestlers would go on there as well. So Virtue Go is the place to be when you want to do everything because pretty much everything's there, which is
Mm.
yeah cool. So when did you decide you wanted to be a wrestler?
I thought I wanted to be a manager when I first started.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Ah, I never was. I was always the fit, like incredibly fit,
Hmm.
but I was very like I wasn't broken into the business. Like if I fell down, I'd be like, "Ow!"
Hmm.
So all that was a bit too like crazy for me. And then it really took. Like I used to wrestle and I used to do some things bad, like an arm drag bad. Then I get an injury, but then continue going on training sessions.
Hmm.
And it just wore me out. So it took a couple of years until I went back to like really iron out how to properly roll, do the basics of wrestling.
Okay. So when did this actually journey fully start? Because obviously you said you went 17 in 2017, 2018, and you kind of stopped. When did it really start? Was that 2021 during like was it
Yeah,
during the lockdown or was it like pre-lockdown before we went into lockdown again?
I'll say like it really started because that was on off. I would say 2022 would
Okay.
have been like the first real like big push into it.
Hmm. But what motivated you to come back?
Oh, I tried like different like types of sports, and I'm like, and then I think I got way too more into wrestling because the TV wrestling at that time was a bit more interesting.
Hmm.
All the stories um, were getting a bit. Oh, I'd watch that every week.
Hmm.
So then, because of that, I probably got right back into it.
Well, it was a like a height of AEW success at that point. You know,
Mm,
like how fucking amazing was some of the storylines that they were pulling out. Unfortunately, WWE were trying their best, but it wasn't necessarily good. But yeah, like I think that's for me. That's because What If It's Cool had gone on hiatus around this point, and I was tiptoeing, what we should do eventually, and then is because of Alito, I started, doing some interviews, and that's when I decided I might want to go back and check out local wrestling because I always really loved go into it, and we're not going to go into details why I stopped going because it's a boring story, but like I. And I've said this multiple times, and I'll fucking die on that hill when I say this. I still will say this till I die. Australian wrestling is way better than anywhere else. I'm sorry, but that's how I feel because, like, it's like characters like yourself, like, okay, you're not your stereotypical looking wrestler, right? But who the fuck is a stereotypical wrestler these days? honestly, because there's all different kinds of gimmicks, right? But the way you present yourself, the way you do everything, I fucking enjoy it. I love it, and it's you're like for me, it's like Orange Cassidy. When you look at it, you're like everything. The moment you see them in execution, it's like holy fucking shit. Why did I not see the potential in this guy before?
Mm.
Because like I think one of your earliest matches that I ever saw properly, that when we were at Alpha together, um, you had that screech down pat by then, right? And I've seen so many people do it, and it just come off just more comical than being, like it's like a part of the character. But I was just like, fuck, I'm really buying, I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, I didn't get that until like halfway through, maybe 2024.
Was it
I was
24?
like,
I thought 23 because when we started
hmm,
really no, no, sorry. No, you are right, 2024. Fucking
yeah.
hell. Ah,
I
I'm
think I
getting I'm
start.
getting old.
I think Rocco was like, you should do some running headbutts, and
Mm,
no one else was doing it. And then with it, I started yelling. But when I yelled, sometimes I'd start getting really high pitch,
mm.
and I'm like, everyone starts thinking that was hilarious, and I'm like, yeah, I can continue to do it. Proceeds to do it multiple times more.
Well, I don't know if you remember Tajiri, right? Like when he was I'm pretty sure he mainly did it in ECW because I don't recall him ever doing it in WWE. He would do a really high screech, especially when he would do a baseball slide to the face when they were tied up in tree row. And I just remember thinking that, like, although they can come off comical, it's actually fucking scary to hear a man do that and then do a maneuver like that, like kind of like what you do with the headbutt. And that's why I fucking love it. Is that it's something that you don't expect for somebody to be like that, you know?
Mm,
Mm. Well,
that's
let's
great.
yeah, well, let's dive into your career. So, firstly, the first gimmick of Mitch from Slam, was there any other character before that you
Yes,
had,
there was.
and who was it?
Mitch from training. So it kind of goes right in. So I wore Adidas shorts.
Yep.
Probably my best pair. I still got the pair and I sometimes wear it.
Mm,
It's a fantastic pair of shorts that I have. And just runners and a water bottle.
mm.
The whole thing though, I was a training guy. I got called out from the crowd by George Kendo. Oh, this guy wants to fight me.
I do remember this now. Oh my God, I totally forgot that was you.
I think I had like a rumble or something and invited people too, but I just don't even remember. I was so
Yeah,
stressed.
it was a was it the Slam Rumble on the Friday night, I think?
Oh,
I can't
also,
remember.
also members invite all these people, and their only comment was, "Yeah, you looked very stressed." So
Hey, why was that? What was going on at that point?
I just never had a match before.
And
I
you
had no,
just worried?
I had no clue.
Okay.
I had no clue what to do. Kendo was pretty like nice. We made like a slapstick match, which
Mm,
then didn't happen for many many years later because it was just one where it's just pure comedy
mm,
without doing much like props,
mm.
but just like him being the champion at that time, just throwing me around. And I might have done a bit of the screaming because I remember being upside down in a suplex, and
Mm.
they get put me down, start screaming. They put me down, and they do it again. So my first introduction was pretty much doing a comedy type of style. But
Wow.
Mitchum training went into Mitchum slam because it was like a graduation. I had like a graduation ceremony with sparklers and streamers,
Yeah.
and that's how I graduated Mitchum slam. I got called that by George Kendo on my first match because he's like, "What's your name?" He got the microphone. He goes, Mitch," and I was that scared. I didn't know what to say.
Mm.
Mitchum, where? Who? He goes, "Mitchum Slam." Yeah. Oh, it's Mitchum Slam, everybody. So it's a very much a play on words that he kind of came up with on the spot. Then everyone was like, "Yeah, that's pretty funny." So I proceeds to get like T-shirts and stuff of Mitchum Slam
Mm.
the next 2 years.
Did you like the name though, or you just like that's okay? I'll just stick with it.
I liked it,
Mm.
but it was very hard to like talk the talk with it. Like you couldn't. it's like, what is Mitchum Slam? And I'd be like, I don't know. And I know that there was a big push a year later to put me as Mitch Turner.
Mm,
And I'm like, yeah, but they're like, oh, there's a last name for you. And I'm like, yeah. And I know that the management at PCW half was split on keeping me as Mitchum Slam and half were kept as Mitch Turner. Because I
mm,
remember there was a Saturday where Crackerjack was in the ring
hmm.
and Ruby comes out. And I was Mitch Turner by that time for like 2 months. And he goes, who have I got? And Ruby Ray goes, I got the perfect wrestler, Mitch from Slam. And I'm like, what? And I didn't even know that that was happening. So, firstly, I'm facing Crackerjack out of the blue. Everyone is staring at me in the corner at an Ignition show.
Mm.
And I'm like, kind of half waving, but I don't want to be seen by Crackerjack. I'm just like, hello. Just slunk back into my seat.
How much did you shit your pants when you found out you were going to be working with Cracker Jack?
I kind of jinxed myself. I'm like, well, I had no clue who he'd face. I'd be like, wouldn't it be funny if it was me?
Yeah.
And then it was. And I'm like, everyone kept going, congratulations to me. And I just kept like, being wide-eyed and going, yeah.
That was the same way I felt when the booker at Alpha told me that I'll be working with Cracker Jack. I was like, oh really? Huh? Yeah, cool, cool. And in the back of my mind, going, holy shit, I'm about to fucking die. Because obviously, Cracker Jack being number one of the people I'm generally scared of, in the wrestling industry, like, oh my God, but also a fucking legend in the game. Like, I don't know if you had as much interaction like I did with him because I did a promo with him, and we were doing it for I think we recorded for almost 2 hours, right? And I got to pick his brain a little bit. And the guy's a fucking genius, like absolutely, like anything he does is like there is a reason behind it. I'm like, fuck, he's made me rethink a lot of how I present myself in the ring, and like I can't say one bad thing about him. I fucking love him. And
Mm.
I'm so glad that you got to work with him, like in one of your first real sort of like big things, like working with an Australian icon like him.
Yeah. I remember I put some flyers at work because I got like 8 people to come because they're like, I really hyped it up because when I say Crackerjack to people from work or people from when I did a lot of youth work.
Mm,
They're like, who's that? So I had to really like I got the promo pic of me with a really silly face and Crackerjack who looks muscled up.
yeah.
I'm like the side by side, and I'm like, here, let's put this on the wall. It was really funny because he's just absolutely muscled, and just me on the right side of the poster, just hello, just all smiling.
Nah, that is seriously cool, dude, that you got to work with him, man. Like, if on and like anyone who's listening to this or watching, if you ever get a chance to work with Cracker Jack, man, like take in everything that he tells you because the guy knows what he's doing. Um, he will put you at ease if you have like he made me feel so comfortable, especially when he's like, well, now I'm gonna have to step gun you in the dick. I went, what? I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, 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 cool, and then I'm not going to ruin the secret, but yeah, he made me feel really comfortable with that one.
Mm.
Now moving on, you finished up the whole thing with Cracker Jack. What happened next in your career there?
Um, that was around like the 20 end of 2023, and I remember no one really said much about it going into Destiny.
Hmm.
I think Carl says, "Look, I just don't think that you're getting higher. You're kind of staying as it is." But I just continued to do matches until Destiny. That's when I won the Destiny Royal Rumble or the Battle Royale.
Hmm.
And they had like name. We had like a real good guy called Reese Alexius that came from England.
All right.
Mm. And I remember like the guy had 100 things to do, and right at the end, it gave him like a satellite DDT.
Hmm.
And I'm like, that was pretty funny because when I won, I'm like, I didn't know what to do besides just like having the massive wide eyes and just, whoa. And then I found out that when I was circling the ring after I left,
Hmm.
all these crowd members had the finger up at me, and I still don't know why.
What the fuck? Like seriously,
I
just
know,
giving you the finger.
I know. There's
Why?
a whole row
Why?
hated me. I don't know.
You were like let's take out the like backstage sort of stuff. I can't. I find it hard to hate you as a fan. Like I don't know what it is, but I like when you're a heel, like I'm like, oh, I think he's gonna be good eventually, you know. Like for somebody to give you the finger, fuck them, you know.
Mm.
Yeah. But then because you started doing stuff with the Marauders at this point, am I right? After that,
Uh,
or
it's more
was it
like
before?
before and after in a way.
Okay.
Um, in 2024 with me, there was a lot of what else can I do? Because I was very much into doing matches.
Yeah.
And Tricky, who was our head coach, was like, "You're always like the most reliable person," because I was always available
Hmm.
after work.
Hmm.
So I was Mr. Reliable, but in a way, I wasn't doing much story. I was having matches. Had a main event once for Evolution, which was against a guy who had a couple months experience at that time.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really like finding a stable or a story. So then I started to go to other companies by myself. Oh, Adrenaline is on. Oh, this Alpha is on. And I remember my first Alpha show was in Melton or near Melton, like a
Mm-hmm.
way away.
Mm.
And that was in some really cool looking venue. It was like this hall, and that was my first introduction at Alpha.
Mm.
But will say that will be like March 2024.
Mm.
And that was when I was
Oh,
really,
that was at not Sunbury. You know, Sunbury, yeah, Sunbury is when we were there.
yeah,
Right?
because I was like to B squared. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just here because I know you guys are around, go to different companies. You came in from different companies and you went to PCW. And I'm like, there is another company that I've never been to. This is another one that I'm just checking out.
Mm. Yeah, no, like give credit where credit's due. B squared, I think we're one of the pioneers of like the companies all working with each other again, because
Mm,
literally I will never forget when I saw PJ's photo come up because it was PJ and then LDZ came up straight after it on this graphic, and I was like, the boys are working at PCW? What the hell?
mm,
You know? And so I gave them a call and I said, what's going on? You know, I thought you were only a journalist. No, we're going to be training with them as well. We're going to train. I'm like, fucking bravo, brother! Like, go for it,
mm,
go for your life. And then I think oh, it would have to have been maybe 6 months after that. Is when Alpha came back, and I was rapt to hear that they were going to be working with us. It actually was the first time that I actually probably got to work with them as well, because that was my humble beginnings. And literally, those boys would be going to shitload of places and just breaking people's hearts and and breaking people's backs and just killing it wherever they go. And the fact that you're with them and you were going to go that I commend you for that, because I think at least at that point, um, it was very difficult and very scary
yes.
because not a lot of places were going to be working with each other or lend their other talent because it was very very tribal. And I'm one of those people that the moment I start to find out that there's tribalism in there and they try to tell me I can't work there, I'm like, yep, see you later. I'm not gonna be working for you. I would not work for
Mm,
a company that says to me, oh, I can't work for them because oh, we only want you here and we want to keep you here. It's like no, like I want to be able to spread my wings wherever I go, but also I don't want to just be defined my work in one place. I want to be going to different places and learning from other people as well. 'Cause that's we are so small here in Australia when it comes. Like, yes, we have a lot of companies, but when you actually factor in everything, we are so small that we can't be tribalistic. We have to be able to move places and get our names out there. Because let's be honest, there's a lot of people that will follow somebody to another company and they'll check their product out. You know.
mm,
And P squared, and I'm going to say this yourself, like you're going to have fans who are going to go, oh wait. they work at Alpha. Oh wait, they work at PCW. Oh wait, they work at Adrenaline. Oh, they work at insert name. Great. I'm not, just saying those words. I'm just saying because Mitch has worked there. Okay, there's no tribalism on this show, but that's the sort of thing, and I think we really need to get back to that because so many people are still saying, oh, you can only work this one because they got big numbers. Who the fuck cares? Like that's we want to build everywhere we go, and if you're not, then God bless you if you're comfortable be there. But I think you shoot yourself in the foot if you don't try to go somewhere else as well and try to build your name and your reputation.
Especially the different styles.
Mm.
I know that Adrenaline is a lot more spots and a lot more things to remember. I know Project Valentine kind of had a little bit of that. He'd come down to PCW, go back to Adrenaline. And having a match with him was one of the most different things I ever had because it's just a whole different structure with what I'm taught.
Well, he started in PCW from memory. When I
Project
could be
Mitchell.
wrong because I remember when he was and I hope I've got this right because I always because I've been told maybe I'm wrong when he was part of the pedigree when they just put their finger in the air, their pinky in the air, and the fact that he's moved to other places as well, I fucking love that because he's an absolutely amazing worker, for yourself, like if I was to have a dream match with you at the moment, I was to pick somebody who I want you to work with, I would love you to work with A Shaq. I reckon you two could have an amazing match. Another person I would probably say, get out of the head, maybe Sean Young as well.
Yep. Oh, don't be so quick on that. There
Hmm.
is a promotion very soon. Am I allowed to say a new promotion?
I think because I know which one you're about to say, I think they don't want us to mention anything just yet. But when it does, and I'm not gonna give it any sort of details, but when it does come out, What If It's Cool will be breaking that story, because I've already been in contact with them, and it's going to be very interesting and very very eye-opening. So I can't wait to do that, but we can't mention that. Sorry, Mitch.
Okay.
Yeah, they've actually mentioned it because yeah, I've said, oh, can I do this? But no, we want to wait till we announce it or when we do this. So yeah. Um, But like so when you attended Alpha, what was the sort of the meeting there? Because obviously you have to have another name change. What brought that about?
From like when I first met the Bookers of Alpha, was that when I first started training
Mm,
with there? Because my first like meeting with people from Alpha was with Adam Crow, but it was very strange because I was just put onto like a storyline called the Mongrels of PCW,
yes.
and it was going to be like this big showcase. Like the managers were like, "Oh, this guy can work great new gimmick
Mm,
for Saturdays." And we've all organized things. I went to Japan and I did a promo for the team of the Mongrels with Giannis and Nixon,
hmm
and I had all these things happening. And soon enough, there have been all these things that went down that were I was involved with, and then they kind of stopped that storyline. And during that time, my first thought was, I can't do anything now. They're putting me this on me. I gotta keep quiet and just do that PCW rigmarole.
mm,
It took a couple more months to push me going back into meeting with Crow and
hmm
then applying myself with Crow.
mm,
Chrissy B did help just a bit of just getting because meeting people is very hard. Just talking to people for me is very hard. So it's like a little bit of shoving. Come on, go get him. And I did a lot of training with Crow in used to do a warehouse in I think it was Clayton or Coburg.
Nah, Coburg. Because Clayton was another. I can't remember who did Clayton, but yeah, it was definitely Coburg. Because
Hmm.
that place was fucking hot. Even in winter, that was I don't know how you guys were able to do that. I couldn't be there for more than 5 minutes.
And that was my first time I saw Lockie also kind of had the same idea I was. He was like, I'm also ready to spend my rings. And we kind of met each other on a training session
Hmm.
when I just started training with Alpha. And I'm like, huh, there is a bit of that wheel turning the opposite direction of what it always was.
Hmm.
A lot more people, a bit more curious about looking outside of my bubble
Hmm.
at PC. Yeah, that's when I really started to supply myself with another type of wrestling training. And it was hard in a way because a long drive and doing commitments there and there. But yeah, that's how I started. That was middle 2024.
Mm. But how did the name change come about exactly? Because I know the story, but the audience don't know the story.
So Crow said before I won the title, Crow like told me a story, and that was when I was training there. He's like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, Mitch from Slam." He's like, "Nah, do you want to be Mitch from Slam here?" And I go, "No." And he's like, "Look, you're a bit spark, you're a bit energetic."
Mm,
And I'm like, "Okay." And he's like, "Come back to me when like you know who you are, but using like that type of thinking,
mm.
energy, and all that." And then I like walk around and sulk for a bit, and I'm like, oh, da, 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 da. And then I'm like, come back to him, and I go, in a very good sentence, I go, my name is Mitch Lightning, zap. And I just put out my hand and did a whole zap um, arm movement.
Yeah,
And he's like, yeah, I'm sold.
I fucking love that story. It just came out naturally when you went to zap to him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you told me that story ages ago, I was like that when it just comes out naturally, that's where the best gimmicks come out, you know. And I love that. Um, and I remember because you were just saying before that you know find it hard to talk to people. I find it hard to believe because like from the get-go we met, I don't think I've ever not gotten you to talk, you
Mm,
know? Like I don't know if it's because you feel comfortable with me or I feel comfortable with you, but like I've never had that problem with you. Always feel like you can talk. I just don't think you give yourself enough credit because um literally, like you've got some funny ideas when we come up with shit to do in the back. In the back, just wish we can, you know, film it. You know, when we have time to do it, we just didn't have time to do it. But every time you've come on to What If It's Called Live, you're like one of the the brief 2 to 3 minutes on. I fucking laugh my ass off because you're that fucking funny.
mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, thanks for saying that.
I
Yeah.
think you need to give yourself more credit. I think you just get a little bit more comfortable on the mic. You know.
Yeah.
Because even I don't know, they never released it, but there was a clip that we recorded for Alpha where you were going to be one of the nominees for the presidentship. I don't think they never released it, did they?
No, I think they had an idea and then they kind of moved their idea to a more smaller
Mm.
amount of people.
But no, but when I saw that, because I was looking through all the footage, I thought, fuck, Mitch is fucking hilarious. Like, what, we need to do more stuff with him. You know, like I think. Like the lightning bolt, you know, using zap and all that shit. That's great. But when you were doing this, I don't know if you were trying to be funny, but it just came out naturally. It was fucking hilarious. I wish I could put on here, but obviously I don't have that footage to splice in here. But I think you really need to step out a little bit more and get comfortable on the mic because I think you're fantastic.
Mm.
Mm. Now with the lightning bolt, where the idea for that came out, and how come we haven't seen it in so long?
So I went to Clark Rubber
Mm.
and I'm like, do you have yellow foam? And he'd go, yes. So I acquired this big block of yellow foam. I then had 2 beers, was the day before a show at Alpha. And it was
Mm.
my first show. I think I had Code of Honor. And
Yep.
I'm like, I can't sleep. I got a steak knife, like one of those good ones from the kitchen.
Hmm.
Then I started going on Google Images and then cutting out the image of a lightning bolt through the foam. Now, the first side of it was working fantastically. The edges were clean. It looked good.
Yes.
When I, because it was so big and thick,
Yes.
the other side was not as punctual as the other. But when I came in the morning and Crow was talking to Code of Honor, Yeah, you got Mitch. It's going to be his first match. You got Lockie as well. And then he just sees me and they see me. And I'm coming not only with a bag, but with a giant foam yellow lightning bolt
Yeah.
going, hello. And the fact that it was so tall that that's the first thing you could see is the lightning bolt and not me was the funniest part.
Yeah, I remember when you were walking in. I can't exactly remember where I was. I think I was either at the on the stage or I was in the ring. And I remember thinking, who the fuck is that with a yellow? Because I first thought it was a giant French fry. Thinking, what the fuck is that? And then the moment you come in, going, okay. And then I asked you about it. You're like, yeah, and you're just like, you're playing like, oh, don't worry, it'll come up. And then when you brought it out, I'm like, fuck, I love this goddamn thing.
Mm.
Like it was, it is cool that you come up with that, that you came out with that.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing is it's not very stable.
No,
Is
it's
foam
not.
comes off. However, there is a bit of a spoiler.
Mm,
I've now understood the art of 3D and 3D materials,
mm.
and a more constructed lightning bolt is on the horizon.
Ooh, I like the sounds of this. I can't wait to see it, my friend. That's it. That's going to be really, really cool. All right, I gotta ask this question because we haven't seen it in over a year. And I at first I found it creepy, then I just started playing around with it, and I fucking miss mucking around with this thing backstage. Why was there a giant fucking cutout of you backstage? What's what was up with that? Because no one ever explained it to me. And I was like, "What is this?" And I was like, "What the?" And I used to just hide it around, and just like whenever Chrissy was like, "Hey, Chrissy, he," and she's like, "What the fuck?"
So that was a birthday present that was gifted to me in last year.
Mm,
And I think they're like, oh, Mitch, come over here. And then everyone just presents me with this big cardboard cutout. It was when I went to Japan, I wore a kimono, so one of
mm,
those traditional Japanese garbs,
mm.
and I looked very like one of those stern model faces. So they used that image and they made it in, and used like pipes and stuff to like make it kind of standing. So I proceeded to take it out with me on that night to I couldn't take it to the city. I
Yeah,
think it was a bit too reckless. I took it to a gaming bar in Huntingdale.
yeah.
So I proceeded to come into this like nerd heaven with this giant cut out on myself. And I got all these people from work. They're like, let me see, let me see. And now they're taking photos of this big Mitch cut out and all that. It just didn't last as long as I thought. Even I think Jem tried to repair it and it was
He
going all
did.
well.
Yeah.
It couldn't just stand the heat.
I love that thing so much. I miss it so much. We got to somehow make a better one. I miss that thing. I had so much fun mucking around with that thing backstage. It was great. Now, before we get into, the story of your championship and what's been happening in Alpha with you, I know there is a story about your pants, your gym shorts. Do you want to tell that story again for us? Well, at least to me again, because I think it's fucking hilarious.
Oh, the Mitch from training shorts or the
Yep.
ah. So pretty much I had Adidas shorts that I got from Rebel. And it was probably the most comfortable shorts I've ever had. And I'm like, I'm gonna wear this for training.
Mm,
Proceed to wear it for my first ever like 5 shows. And that's how I really stuck the Mitch from training gimmick for a little bit
mm,
because it looked goofy. But I'm like, well, it's sporty. It comes with a water bottle. I then kind of moved on to Muay Thai type of shorts.
hmm
And I pretty much go in and go, here's a Muay Thai shorts, cut out this, add this. And now I always like make sure that each part of my new shorts always have like a little emblem of Mitch.
hmm
I had Mitch of Lightning, but it's also There it is. We've also got the Mitchum Slam. No, we've also
Nice.
got the Mitchum Slam variety.
Hmm.
So that was something that people weren't doing. They weren't going to any Muay Thai stores to get their gear.
Hmm.
But I'm like, hey, it's different. And the people there in Ringwood were like, yeah, we'll cut this off. We'll add this.
Hmm.
And so, and I'm like, yeah. And obviously, it shows the calf muscles.
Mm.
I hate wearing those tight leggings because I'm like, yeah, but where's my calves? That's my first ever question.
So what happened when they were delivered?
Oh, I had a very, sorry, now I know the particular story. I work full time and it's on a Thursdays, PCW's slam shows. And I go up to, I think it was either Sean Showtime or Orion.
Hmm.
It might have been Showtime first. And I go, but I didn't say, can you pick up my shorts that I've spent money on to be delivered for this slam?
Mm.
It was, I've got a package. Can you please pick it up? I'll give you $20. With this $20 note, can you pick up my package in Ringwood? Now, I thought they'd like get it. Oh, he's being funny. No, they thought were like, for about a day, they were like, what is it? I think a couple of people were like, what's he getting? Also, I remember is that Orion went to the place,
Yeah.
but on first glance, the fact that it's a Muay Thai store, they've got like the kendo knives and they've got all those the sticks. So firstly, he sees a bunch of weapons everywhere.
Yeah.
And then comes with his little $20 note and little card and goes, can I please pick up Mitch Lightning's shot? It'd be my Mitchum Slam shorts,
Mm.
which I finally got delivered. But for many days, I led everyone on because I don't know what they were thinking when the term Mitchell's got a package that needs to be delivered.
I didn't realize it was Orion because you never told me it was Orion. You was like, oh, just a mate of yours, and like they had to go, oh, they go pick up a package. I'm like, fuck. Especially going into that place, I can only imagine Orion going, oh fuck, uh, hopefully this is nothing illegal, right? You know, like
Yeah.
shit.
Well, I think Showtimes took it most to heart. I think it was telling everyone by the end of it. I'm like, he needs a package and he won't tell me what it is.
When I have Showtime eventually on the show, I gotta ask him his reaction to that because that again, you didn't even tell me it was Showtime that was it. Because you've always told me it was just you was just friends. You never mentioned names, so now this is like 10 times more funny to me knowing that it was alright at Showtime. Um, now look, we're nearly come to the end of the interview, but I want to know this because this was fucking. It's almost like when Andy Walker won briefly. I think it was a slam title. I think when he was versing shit, what was his name? Because I remember his real name. I can't remember his working name. The dude that had pockets, like his whole thing was pockets. Shit, what's his name? He used to wear blue pants. I'm blanking on his name. He used to be part of Supremacy. Oh no, I'm blanking on his name. Can't remember the guy's name, but there was just a outpour of love and everything. So let's take it back to at the time of recording. This would have been about a month ago. You winning the former title that One of Its Cool owned. Um, talk us through that entire day and what was happening with the many people that were in the audience.
So, present you with the Fighting for Autism belt. Now, this has been a staple of the Lockie for many years.
Yes, it has.
And there's been a running type of gag because he always would come with it in his bag. He never like take it out to on the stage, but he'd always have it like, say his bag's on the floor and the seat's up and the belt's just there. And it's always been around, but it's like look but don't touch. And just a little bit of prodding
Yeah.
for Lockie to go, maybe someone else can fight for this.
Mm.
And I feel like the feeling was he was not going to give it up. And everyone near me were like, he's going to get buried. He's going to die and be buried with this title. So Q, I think we got into a storyline,
Yeah.
and I think that was after I had tonsil surgery. You want to know it? So there was a bit of a point where I couldn't speak for about 3 weeks.
Really? I didn't know about
Yeah,
this.
I came out with a whiteboard because I couldn't speak. I just write stuff and just point it to the crowd what I was saying, which actually was pretty funny.
I was wondering why you were doing
Yeah.
that. I was like, what the fuck? I never had the balls to ask you. I just thought, okay, he's just trying something different.
No, no, I
Yes.
couldn't speak. I had 2 surgeries.
Did we not? Hey, did we not talk that day when you did it?
No, I probably wasn't looking to talk to anyone.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible friend. Sorry.
So the time off work I had was 2.5 weeks.
Mm.
A week after the surgery, I was writing stuff on his show and pretty much supporting Terry Shaw as much as possible.
Mm.
Terry Shaw lost the chance because Lockie is a very good man. He's experienced and he knows
Mm-hmm.
what to do.
Mm-hmm.
However, about a month later, me and Lockie really started going, I'm going to win this belt. And I've told everyone because they're like Mitch versus Lockie for the belt. We had Terry, now it's Mitch.
Mm.
I have no clue. I am banking on myself to win it. And I'm telling everyone, this is mine. I am going to win it. And
Mm.
everyone's like gone from, yeah, he'll be buried with it to maybe he's going to win it.
Mm.
And I think it really, because I went to Peak Pro and they're like, so you're going to win that belt? And I'm like, yeah, I better win that belt.
So
So
I thought that was just a bit you were doing because I remember you said, I think you said either you said it to me or I heard you saying to somebody like, "There's no way Lockie's going to lose that belt. You have to lose it when he goes back to the States."
I know, but also I knew that I was just trying to push that vibe where I could win it.
Mm.
And I think the Crow and Manson were like looking from behind. They're like, maybe, maybe he will win it.
Mm.
So there was I gotta remember the day, like the whole day, but I know it was a Saturday night program. I didn't go to the energy show because I was so busy, and it's like my
Mm.
first time I didn't go.
Mm.
But in a way, I was obviously had the big night show. So I remember I told like people from 3 different parts of my life. I told people from work
Yep.
who are surprisingly wrestling marks,
Mm-hmm.
all the PCW
Yep.
that I'm banking on myself to win this belt. And these people I went on a youth camp in Painesville the
Yeah.
month before, and I'm like, "Do you want to go?" And like one guy's like, "Yeah," and he ends up bringing like 4 other friends
Nice.
I've never met before. I'm like, "Oh," and so when I went out, I'm like texting people, "Did you make it?" Because pipe works can be hard to get to.
Yeah.
I text a few people, "Did you make it?" They go, "Yeah." Q, when I come out, I decided, look, I'm not going to be shirtless, but I'll wear my year 10 um, suit jacket.
Mm.
It still fits
Mm.
quite well.
Mm.
And I'm like, make it a bit different, make it a bit more, this is a title, where something a bit more fancy. So
Yeah.
it's all just thinking about that.
Mm.
The match and the fact that I'm going to come out in my year 10 suit jacket. As soon as I walk through the door, like about 20 people from the hard camera will just pop up with a massive sign. And the sign caption says, if Mitch Lightning loses, we will punch him in the
Punch in
face.
the face.
I've hyped it up so much that I'm winning. And the consensus is if he doesn't win, it's bad news. But it changed the dynamic of the match when
It
Lockie
did.
comes out. Like he had like the bit of the boo and stuff because they were there to see if I was winning.
Yeah.
But as soon as we do one circle, we kind of stop again because the vibe was so funny. And Lockie, I can see Lockie's face. He's like, "Yeah, this is different."
Mm. You could feel it in the air, like there was. I was backstage, obviously, but I could see through the curtain, and I was like, "Fuck, this is a moment that Mitch is gonna fucking remember." I think all of us are gonna remember because it was. I think you had to be there. I don't know if the cameras really captured it really well, but I was in awe. It kind of felt like the and people are going to crucify me for when I say this. It felt like the RVD John Cena match at ECW One Night Stand. If Cena wins, we right, that sort of shit. But it's just like it just had that aura. It was like something's gonna big's gonna happen, and it was so good. Like that pop you got the moment they heard the three.
Mm.
I don't think there was one person not screaming because it was just like, and this is not just the boys and girls in the back, but also out there. We were all fucking wrapped. It was such a great moment for you. We were all happy and proud for you.
My favorite part was when I started like, grabbing him. I'm like, I got to do this bit where I've just got Lockie. You don't deserve the title. It's mine. So I start giving him like a few like bad punches, just
Mm,
like a bit sloppy. And then
mm.
everyone caught on the fact that I'm punching him. And they go, zap. Okay,
Yes.
oh, I'll do it again. A bit slower this time, zap. And the third one, oh. So I started going on with the crowd just a little bit.
How wrapped with you by the end of it? Like, because obviously when we finished the show, everyone was still there. Everyone was still giving you high fives, taking photos, and all that shit. Like, talk me through the feeling it was being with everyone there, and love.
Like in a way, I was still working. I had to do an interview,
Yes.
and then I had to go back because they had intermission.
Mm,
And the fact that I don't break character ever in alpha shows,
mm,
just in shows in general,
mm,
I had to go in intermission just like to rub it into everyone's face that I've won it. Then come all the way back and walk around again just for another interview so I can get it again.
mm.
Obviously, yeah, I even treated myself to a nice milkshake as well. But yeah, it's obviously very overwhelming. I had all these people like around as well, and like different parts of my life. And some of them they were the first wrestling match. Some of them the first time going all the way to Thomastown.
Mm.
So yeah, it's quite a yeah, it's quite an experience because like I hate like the cloud where everyone's like looking at me and singing praise to me. But it was something that was very special.
Mm. Well, I'm glad that I got to share that moment with you. Um, Again, I gotta say I'm fucking proud of you, man, because I think you deserve it. And man, I can't wait for the big championship or the next big moment that's gonna come out of you, man.
My
I really
favorite,
say that.
just to say, my favorite part I found out on the weekend
Mm,
was if you type in World Autism Wrestling Champion
hmm
in the same blurb as Will Ospreay has autism.
hmm
The same blurb that says Will Ospreay has it has the same thing at the bottom that says currently being what it was called. But the ending pretty much I'm in the same blurb as Will Ospreay.
So I'm guessing it's that AI. So when you try to
Yeah.
search for something, yeah, yeah, that is fucking cool, man. That's really really cool.
Because I took it once in Phillip Island and I just started wearing it because it's pretty fun. And all these kids are going, congratulations. And this guy like shakes my hand, goes, what weight division? I go, oh, lightweight.
Did they know you were a wrestler, or they were just
I think
assuming
I
it was
knew.
a?
I thought they were. I pretty much a lot of them, the adults thought I was a boxing champion.
Well, it looks like a
Mm.
boxing title though. It looks like something from Rocky.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's
but I think
from
with the
Rocky.
kid, as soon as they do like the "you can't see me" John Cena thing,
Mm,
then they kind of got it just a little bit.
mm.
But then I got awkward because they're all like, "Congratulations," and I'm like, "Thank you."
well, Mitch, we've come to the end of the interview and we've got to ask the staple question on what if it's cool. And it's been a fucking long time since I've actually asked this. What is something that you find cool that nobody else does?
I'll probably go for the one um, that I've learnt a lot about in the past couple of years.
Mm,
I like a lot of more so like different off the grain type of countries and like learning about history. So more instead of being like the ones from like France and stuff, I
mm.
like learning and knowing the cultures of places like Georgia or Kazakhstan or Mongolia. And
Okay, then.
I like learning a lot about because I haven't traveled that much, but I'm starting to travel a bit more.
Mm.
But I don't want to like think, oh, traveling is just those tourist places. I want to think of those places that not a lot of tourists go to, but in a way they're not catered towards tourists. They're a bit more exclusive.
Well, I think that's very interesting because so many people who are travel influencers, they only go to the tourist places, but Um, like I don't know many people who just want to do their culture. That is amazing, man. Like I respect you big time for that because like if I'm just in all honesty, I'm not a traveler. I'm not really big on traveling, but if it's to learn something about different culture, different histories and all that shit, I'm fucking all over that sort of shit. I'd love to do that.
Especially because I know a friend that he got a signing for a Sri Lanka's national soccer team.
Yeah,
And this was like right when he's like 31. Like he thought he was like done in soccer, then he gets a call from like the big wigs for international soccer.
yeah,
So he went to Azerbaijan and Turkmenistan last month. So I get this big insight of these two countries.
yeah.
And I like, and he's got photos because I thought it was illegal to, but no, he's got photos of the whole thing. And I'm like, man, no one knows that these places even exist.
Mm. Well, I've never heard of him, but
Yeah.
that's something different, and that is fucking cool. All right. Well, Mitchy, where can we find you on all your socials?
So you find me a bit of Facebook that should come under Mitch Lightning. On Instagram, it's Mitch underscore Lightning underscore PW for
Mm-hmm.
professional wrestler.
Yep.
I do have a YouTube, Mitch Slam, if I remember correctly, it's Mitch Slam Wrestling.
Yep, that sounds right.
Mm.
Twitter?
I kind of like had Twitter, but like kind of like stopped using it in a way. I just didn't
TikTok.
think it was. No, not TikTok.
I'm trying to think what other socials they could be, but
I
yeah,
will
that's
try to
it.
get a cage match very soon.
Yeah, I don't understand. I've registered for Cage, but I don't actually understand how to actually get a profile for that. How the fuck does that work?
Also noticed that Tom Sheedy like said, "Oh, I just like sent him an email, and for some reason they found all my matches in some type of I don't know, some type of record keeping thing. So I didn't even have to ask about the matches I've been in. They just kind of popped up when I sent the email and sent my profile in.
I just think it's weird because like it's only wrestlers, but how come managers are not on there? Why are not commentators on there? They actually do list them on there, but there's
Mm.
like to my knowledge, there's no one in it because I searched up Bobby Heenan, there's no Bobby Heenan. Searched up Jim Ross, there's no Jim Ross. I'm like, what the fuck? Like we're just as important in the industry. Like why can't we can't get there? Like my name's listed a couple of times in some events, but I've got no fucking profile.
Yeah, cage match is a funny place. I remember Tony Khan was all into that for just that little bit.
Mm,
It was all the rage, but
yeah.
it's really for me. It's a thing just to give the record where you've worked,
Mm.
um, your finishes, just records of your matches, and that's probably where it all comes into.
Oh, no. Oh well, that's cage match for you. Well, Mitchy, thank you so much for being part of this call. I can't wait to work with you in the future and see what's next for you.
Thank you very much, TBC.
That's all right. And with that being said, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. Want more from What If It's Cool? Make sure to check out the YouTube channel where you can find the live portion, sorry, the video portions of this podcast, as well as some interesting videos. And don't forget to follow What If It's Cool on all socials. It can be found at What If It's Cool. Keep that support coming. And speaking of support, for $7 a month, you can support this show by subscribing to our Patreon, where you'll get your names in the credits just like these people, get exclusive videos, live streams, but also get early access, usually about a week before episodes before they actually get released. So make sure to check that out. And until next time, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.